welcome. I'm Master Lama Rasaji, and this is our Thursday edition of Rasaji Speaks. Don't forget tonight, Master David's class at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, 7 Mountain Time, and 6 o'clock Pacific Time. All righty. Also, today I got some good news. We're having our webmaster Andy Lloyd back and to talk about the multimedia team and what we're doing at COC. Also, how he's teaching teachers and other people that are affiliates in our group how to use commercials and how to invest and generate leads for their local schools that they're teaching. Maybe one day a wellness center could go there. And also to generate leads for the affiliate program for them at COC. So as you know, this is PFL's webinar for today. And I'm just really happy that that you're going to have a chance to be there. That's 1 o'clock Eastern time. So today's lesson is titled God's Math, God's Language of Measurement and Personal Finance. I talking to Master David over the years about the scenario that I'd always heard that people that were good with math end up being pretty good at reading and playing music. And I come to find out that seems to be a strong connection. Mathematics could be called divine harmonics, really. That's why when we see numbers like 555 and 333 and 777, it's the angelic speaking to us. And it's one of God's symbols that allow us to know that you're pretty well on track. According to the lamas in Tibet, the Holy Spirit usually never keeps us too awful far from where we're really supposed to be when you think about it. In other words, as you define your mission with the column exercise, you're going to find that you're somewhere already in the ballpark. No, you really are. When you draw on the experience of things that you've already done, the knowledge that you've already acquired, usually what we find out, we're not far, but we need to cross the T and dot the I. In other words, what do you really want, right? What are you really qualified to do? Whatever you do, you don't want to do this. These are the three most important things to determine when it comes to a career, advancement, investment, what have you, right? It's really powerful. See, right in front of your eyes, let's think for just a second, right? We created this company called the Circle of Chi. Now, everything we do flows out of this, but most people don't get that. They think sometimes Lamaji doesn't know what he's doing. How many times have you heard the statement, look at what the world's doing, do the opposite? They want me to do more paperwork with them, more disclosure with them. And yet, I'm not a broker. I'm not a financial planner. We just share with what's worked for us over the years, what continues to work, and the projections of what we think might work in the future because nobody knows for sure. That's right. But when you have 30 plus years working on anything, you start to get pretty darn good at it. Even Lamaji, even though I'm a country boy, I can still get pretty good and not miss the mark too much. What tickles me, I've always been really good with numbers. And it floors me how few people really know how to use a calculator or use a calculator a lot, right? Just compounding 10% a year for your overall portfolio is a huge way to acquire wealth. The story of the richest man in Babylon kind of denotes that. You know, your principal is like your mom and your dad. They have babies. That means your return. When those babies start to have babies, your grandchildren that have babies, your great grandchildren, I see now you're accumulating wealth. I talk about working with the house's money, whether it's the stock market, whether it's the crypto market, you know, that we talked a lot about last week, that we really exciting. But everything is a form of currency and has an intrinsic value, some more than others, you know, like silver, gold, and precious jewels, or like real estate and land. And all this stuff we should own to diversify ourselves. But let's just say your average portfolio does 10% a year. Do you know every 4 to 6.5 years, that money doubles? Did you know that? So you do a calculator, do a calculator. And in that calculator, put the number in that you're thinking about investing, and then just hit it 1.10 plus 1.10 plus 1.10, right? And you will be amazed at how fast that money adds up. And 10 to 20 years, you're up 200 to 400% with your overall portfolio. Or if you decide as a member of COC to share that with PFL. That's the basics. But imagine that you take some money that you've already made on other money, your children, and you want grandchildren with them. You want wealth. That's how you accumulate wealth. And I want to put some of that money to work in the crypto market, the stock market, precious metals market, right? Now you're making a gain off of a gain that makes another gain. And now you're moving into wealth. And that's the kind of wealth we're talking about in the Lama series, where we look at our mission statement, bringing health, wealth, and happiness to one human family. A lot of people believe a Lama should not be talking about money. I should not be a capitalist, but I'm a different kind of Lama than most people would like me to believe. They think there's only one kind of Lama in the world. Lama is a word that's been around in Tibet much longer than Zen Buddhism. Most people don't know that. Do you? It means great soul. And I work hard to try to stand up to that. Lama Ji, or the JI means ruler of. So when somebody says Lama Ji, they're paying reference to a Lama that is the ruler of great souls. The souls like that are here at PFL and COC. Right in front of your eyes, an online business, an online store, Ascension Tour business, right? And now a wellness center business being driven by this. And that's why we do Thursday's webinar. A lot of people miss the target and know why we do what we do. So our portfolio is in all these asset classes, right? All the asset classes they are. And it's real powerful when you have somewhere between 10 to 15 asset classes. Almost always there's two or three doing pretty good. Maybe two or three going sideways, and maybe two or three that are down. But if you're doing dollar cost average, and you like to buy things on sale, or you bought something that you're planning on holding 5, 10 years. Here we ask people commit your principal to 5 years. Yearly, what you do with your interest is really kind of up to you because you get with Lama G and we talk about that. All right? We talk about that. That's a conversation we have. And I only have those conversations on the Zoom. I don't have them through email. So don't email me about that conversation. You want to email me, it's about getting on a Zoom with me. I doubt very seriously the stockbrokers were not, but your stockbroker has time enough to get on with you for a Zoom call. I doubt very seriously that your financial planner, that I'm not, has the time or is willing to get on a Zoom call. Usually not. Not unless you have about $1 million in your portfolio with them. Then they'll probably squeeze in some time for you once a month or once every other month. Look at what the world is doing and do the opposite. And as we say in the East, Baraka Bushad, and may the blessings be to you and hopefully to your glorious family. We'll see you today at 1 o'clock with Andy Lloyd, and you're going to get real excited. I talk to Andy 4 or 5 times a week. It's amazing the creativity and what he knows about marketing on the internet. And we'll talk a little bit more about the multimedia of COC that we launched a couple of months ago, where they're at, and where we're going between now and the end of the year. And early bird special for Boston is about, I don't know, a couple days away. Today's 28th, September the 1st, the price changes. So it's up to you. But if you're excited as I am about what's getting ready to happen at the Hilton Hotel in Boston, it'll never be the same. Here, the food there is pretty good also. See you soon. God bless you and God bless your family. And thank you for taking your time to listen to Lama G. God bless.